Hello friends, I'm Michael, the founder of Renaissance Club. This moment has been a long time coming. Behind the scenes, we've been working harder than ever, and most of all, listening to the 1,000+ members we've had the honor of serving over the years. You know, when we were kids, every day felt like an adventure. You didn't need to schedule discovery. You just lived it. And then, somewhere along the way, we all got busy. We got responsible, predictable. And the crazy thing is, no one tells you that wonder doesn't just come back on its own. You have to fight for it. You have to design for it. That's why Renaissance Club was started. Not to sell experiences, but to remember what it feels like to be trying and discovering new things and to make that your new normal. That's what today is about. And today we're approaching a critical moment in Renaissance Club's history. A moment that could define everything that comes next. So, for those of you who are new to all this, what exactly is Renaissance Club? At its heart, it's a tool, a key. It's a key that unlocks a part of you that may have gone silent. That part that craves discovery, adventure, and connection. We're creating an engine for your personal and social flourishing. And the goal is simple but radical. Imagine a life where your calendar fills itself. Not with chores, not with meetings, but with extraordinary experiences, all paid for, all organized, all done for you, and all you have to do is show up. That's the world we're building. It started with a quiet crisis hiding in plain sight. Adult loneliness is soaring. Yes, it's the screens and the social media. Yes, it's the endless work. But mostly, it's friction. Too much friction between people and life. Between us and trying new things. Between us and each other. I saw it in myself, in my partner, in my family, in my friends, in friends of friends. Millions of adults stuck, hungry for more, and not sure where to begin. Now, there's no shortage of solutions out there, right? We got Groupon, Fever, Eventbrite, Masterclass, ClassPass, Bespoke Post, but every one of them seems to come with a trade-off. You could learn something new on Masterclass, but you stay alone behind a screen. You could get a subscription box, but you're still at home by yourself. Go on Groupon or Eventbrite, but scroll these endless lists of clunky events, and the good ones are either rare, overpriced, or look great on Instagram but fall flat in real life. And then the social apps, you've got, Meetup, Time Left, 222. These are great for a lot of people, but they usually tend to be bars, dinner parties, or some sponsored cold plunge with 200 strangers. Now, I'm not knocking any of these platforms. They all serve a purpose, but none of them quite scratch this itch. So I found myself back at this problem. We've all had these tools at our disposal for years, yet we still don't really try new things and meet new people on a regular basis. And again, it comes down to that word, friction. So I set out to answer this one question. What if there was something that could give you quality, unique experiences with intimate groups of people, curated to your preferences by a real person on a regular basis with absolutely zero effort? No planning, no research, no email registration and sign up, no stress, just say yes and show up. Archery, pottery, blacksmithing, kayaking, cooking classes, aerial yoga, water marbling. Over 100 ways to step into a new part of yourself you didn't know you were missing. All of it lined up for you like a conveyor belt of discovery. For someone as busy as I am, this isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Because if discovery isn't made effortless for me, it just isn't gonna happen. And here's something else I realized. When the focus is on learning or doing something new, conversation happens naturally. Laughter happens naturally. Connection happens naturally. And even if it doesn't, even if you spend the whole experience quietly in your own world, you still walk away richer. You still engaged with life in a way you hadn't before. And thus, in February of 2022, Renaissance Club was born. Today, there are over 600 recurring active members and more than 1,000 that have been members over the last few years. We've grown to a team of nearly 10 people and been featured multiple times in the press, including twice in the LA Times, and in a couple weeks we'll be on Good Day LA. Needless to say, we've learned a lot, including why nothing quite like this exists anywhere in the world. It honestly feels more like running an airline sometimes than an experience company. And the truth is, we actually don't think of ourselves as being in the experience business. We are in the curiosity business. We're in the personal and social growth business. Now, if you're not a member, you're probably wondering, okay, this all sounds great, but how does Renaissance Club actually work? On a very high level, it works like this. When you first join, we have you fill out a one-time form where we get all the information we need from you. Things like your general availability, your preferences, height, weight, dietary restrictions. We want to know if you hate escape rooms or are afraid of heights or if you're vegan, etc. This form takes about 5 to 10 minutes to fill out, and you only do it once. Now, you can join by yourself or sign up with a partner as a duo, which means you'll be linked and do every experience together. About 40% of our members join as couples, friends, siblings, mother-daughter, father-son, you name it, any combination. And believe me when I say Renaissance Club is one of the most powerful ways to deepen any relationship that I've ever seen. And it's not just my opinion. We've had therapists, marriage counselors, coaches, all recommending Renaissance Club to their clients as a living, breathing complement to therapy. It's been one of the most inspiring and humbling parts of building this. So after you fill out that onboarding form, well, we pretty much take it from there. Here's how simple it is. Each month, we give you dates to choose from. You pick 3. This part right here is basically the only thing you have to do each month. Now, these dates we suggest for you are, of course, not random. They're taking all your criteria into consideration using a proprietary algorithm we've spent years building and refining. And layered on top of that, you have a real human being, your personal concierge, curating, adjusting, and fine-tuning everything to create the best possible match, usually alongside other members. So it's not just tech, it's not just people, it's the best of both, working invisibly so that all you ever feel as a member is the magic. Step 2, once you've chosen your dates, you sit back and relax. A few days later, your concierge will send you a reveal with the experience they have planned for you. When you get that reveal, we tell you what you're doing, when and where you're doing it. We tell you what to wear or bring, who you're doing it with, and all the other info you need, including any tickets you need to download, parking info. We even give you a suggested itinerary of other things to do in that area. Now, what kinds of experiences are we actually talking about? They range wildly in both nature and cost. As you can see here, they span across 7 major categories. Everything from adventure sports to creative workshops to culinary experiences, wellness and culture and beyond. Now, the best part is the cost of every experience is 100% covered under your membership, no matter how premium. This includes things like skydiving, woodworking, blacksmithing, hang gliding, falconry, and tons of other fun stuff that would normally cost you upwards of $200 or $250 per ticket. And every single experience you're sent to has been vetted, researched, hand-selected by our team, and pressure tested with real member feedback. If we don't love it, it doesn't stay in the rotation. So if you like what we suggest for you, right, let's say it's pottery in this case, all you have to do is hit that approve button and then we make it happen. If you can't make that date, or if you're just not feeling that experience, no problem. Your journey is completely customizable. You can either reschedule the same activity for a different date, or you can decline it altogether. If you hit decline, you'll instantly get a short list of alternative experiences coming up that meet your criteria. You choose one that lights you up, and once you're happy with your pick, just show up with an open mind and enjoy. Then rinse and repeat every month. After each experience, you'll be able to see your journey in the My Journey section of your portal. Consider this your personal timeline, a living record of all the things you've tried, discovered, and said yes to. And after every experience, you'll have the chance to rate and review it, Yelp style. And here's the important part. If an experience consistently gets rated, 2 or 3 stars or lower, it's gone. We drop it from the rotation. And this is how we make sure you're only getting sent to the highest quality experiences. Ones that aren't just pretty on Instagram, but actually deliver when you show up. Okay, now, if you're a current member with us, I know what you're thinking. My portal does not look like this. Exactly. That's because right now, you're still on the current platform. It works, but it doesn't work this smoothly. What you just saw is a sneak peek of the new Renaissance Club platform, the one we're building right now, the one that changes everything. But before we go any further, I want to pause on something that might be my favorite part of all this, and that is something I call the win-win factor. Because of the unique way Renaissance Club works, where we curate your journey for you, something really special happens. You're not just enriching your own life, you're fueling the heartbeat of the city. Every time you say yes to a new experience, you're also supporting local vendors, small businesses, artists and makers, people doing extraordinary work who often get overlooked. And because we bring you to them, it creates this virtuous cycle. You discover something new, they get the lifeblood they need to keep creating without spending half their time worrying about marketing and making ridiculous content for Instagram. Everybody wins. To me, that's not just good business. That's the kind of world I want to live in. I'm so proud to say that already Renaissance Club has driven tens of thousands of dollars back into local spots. We've helped some expand, open new locations, and even hire new employees. Just to give you one example, we recently got this email from one of our fencing vendors, Coach Lee. I encourage you to pause this video and read the whole email. Here's another message we got from our kintsugi and kokedama vendor, Rebecca. Needless to say, we all got pretty teary-eyed reading these, and if I had the time, I'd read you the countless other messages like this we've gotten from other vendors. So we've talked about where we've been and where we are. Now I want to share a glimpse of where we're going and how you can help get us there faster. As you just saw, we're building a new platform. We've been quietly working on it for the last 6 months, and if all goes to plan, it'll be in your hands in just a few months from now. If you're not a member yet, this is the future you'll step into. And if you are a member already, trust me when I say this upgrade is going to feel like night and day. And even though Renaissance Club is nearly 3 years old, we consider you our earliest adopters. And if you've ever worked in the startup world, you know early adopters aren't just your customers. They are the co-founders of your future. Because what you're doing when you say yes to Renaissance Club isn't just buying a subscription product. You're boarding a plane that's still being built in midair. You're betting on a vision. And more importantly, you're betting on yourself. You are why this exists. And you are why it's about to get even better. So with all that in mind, let's talk about the road ahead. As you just saw, the new platform is going to be wildly improved. More clarity, transparency, and control over your journey with us. Now, this timeline here is roughly 2 to 4 years, depending on, of course, how fast we can move. Phase 1 is simple: optimize. Over the next 8 to 12 months, we're going to be relentlessly improving the platform, making it smarter, smoother, more personalized, reducing complexity and errors. We've got tons of exciting things planned, too many to get into today, but I would like to highlight a few of them. Number 1 is something called tribes. In version 2 or 3 of this platform, you'll be able to have multiple tribes, which you can think of as friend groups. So in real life, you probably have, your poker friends, maybe your volleyball friends, your book club friends, etc. Well, we're bringing that same natural rhythm into the platform. In version 2 or 3, you'll be able to create tribes easily. And with just one click, you can invite whichever tribe you want to join you for any experience. No group texts, no endless back and forth, no stress. Just a clean, simple way to say, hey, come with me. Our goal is to make planning with friends as easy as experiencing things with them, and we're building the engine to make that happen. The next thing I want to highlight is perks. Think of perks as your secret key to the city. So in addition to your experiences, as a Renaissance Club member, you'll also get discounts with any brand or company we partner with, a list that is growing all the time. So think 20% off at that local coffee shop, discounts at that artisan tattoo parlor, deals at independent clothing stores, restaurants, supper clubs, museums, apps, skincare products, tech products, even dog food. Really any company or brand that we love and can build a relationship with, we're going to pass on directly to you. Basically, we want you to be the most interesting person in the room wherever you go. We want you to be that person your friends call when they visit because you're just plugged in everywhere and know exactly where to go. Phase 2, expansion. Simply put, we want to be in every major city in the US and eventually far beyond. No matter where you are, whether you're joining from LA, New York, Austin, Chicago, Miami, you'll have a Renaissance Club community, a whole new suite of curated experiences, and a new map of perks waiting for you. And finally, there's phase 3. Truth be told, phase 2 and 3 are likely going to evolve in parallel, but phase 3 is about going fully mobile with an app. Right now, Renaissance Club exists only as a web app. You log in through a browser, and it works, but it has its limits. When we launch the full iOS, Android mobile app, everything changes. You get a much smoother, faster experience, instant notifications for your experiences instead of just email, the ability to direct message other members, and even join bulletins so that you can utilize your community. So imagine you need some advice from a vet or a lawyer or a web designer. We want your Renaissance Club community to be the first place you look. People you know and trust. People who are living the same spirit of curiosity and creativity and growth that you are. As an app, this is going to make that much easier. Think of it like the original Facebook. Back when it was tight, trusted, and real, before the bots and the spammers and all the noise. Except here, instead of endless scrolling, you'll have real-world, prepaid adventures woven into it. In real life, not just online. Less content and more contact. And this is really where you guys come in. So, believe it or not, Renaissance Club is entirely bootstrapped and self-funded. I've poured all my personal income into it, scraped together whatever I could, built it brick by brick alongside a team that, while they do get paid obviously, they run on pure heart and soul and belief. And I stand by this. Renaissance Club has the most passionate, mission-driven team I've ever seen anywhere. But building a platform like this, especially with the level of quality and care that we demand, isn't cheap. If you work in tech, you know development costs are massive. Real craftsmanship takes real investment. And that's why, for this next chapter, we're turning not to venture capitalists, not to tech bros, not to influencers in bikinis with discount codes. We're turning to you, the people we built this for, the people who get it, the people who have vision. That is why on Tuesday, April 29th, we are officially launching a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. And when we launch, we're going to rely on you, our community, to back us if you can, to spread the word, to be the reason this vision grows and scales and lights up lives across the country. Now, if you've never backed a crowdfunding campaign before, there's something important you need to know. The first 24 to 48 hours are everything. If a campaign meets its goal early, it triggers Indiegogo's algorithm, which makes our project way more visible to the wider world. It creates this flywheel. More visibility, more backers, more momentum, more fuel to build faster, bigger, and better. This is how companies don't just meet their goals, they blow past them, and it changes everything. So when we launch on April 29th, guys, those first 48 hours are absolutely crucial. And to thank you for being a part of that wave, we're offering a collection of once-in-a-lifetime rewards. These are special, exclusive perks that will only be available to our earliest and boldest backers. So let's talk about some of these rewards. Number one, guaranteed access when we launch in your city. Of course, if you live in LA, you can just join right now. But unlike Groupon or other mass market platforms, Renaissance Club isn't built for millions of people packed into a single city. We're a concierge service. Every experience is hand-selected, curated by a real human tailored to you. And because of that, there's a hard limit to how many members we can serve at once in any given city. Not to be exclusive, but to protect the quality, to make sure you get the white glove care and the attention to detail you deserve. As an early backer, you'll cement your slot with us, even if the city fills up. No wait lists, no crossing your fingers, a guaranteed seat at the table forever. Another reward I want to highlight is perks. As an early backer, you'll have the chance to claim lifetime access to all perks. Here's what that means. For the general public, perks will unlock gradually over time in tiers. Tier 1 would be things like coffee shops, your local spots, hidden gems. Tier 2 would be more premium brands, restaurants, clothing, skincare, potentially names like Lululemon, REI, etc. Tier 3 would be your more luxury perks. Boutique hotels, photography brands, tech companies, the real heavy hitters. Normally, members will unlock each tier slowly based on activity, loyalty, or time. But as an early backer, at a certain contribution level, you skip the line. You unlock everything for life from day one. And because we'll be adding more partners, more perks every year, this isn't a one-time bonus. It's a compounding advantage. The longer you're with us, the more valuable your access becomes. Okay, the last one I want to talk about is my personal favorite backer reward, which I think is the most valuable one and literally pays for itself. And that is lifetime locked-in pricing. When we first launched in 2022, our core classic package started at $63 a month. Then it slowly crept up to $79. Today it's $99. And inevitably it'll keep rising as inflation grows, as operational costs rise, as the experiences we offer keep getting better and more expensive. Eventually it'll be at $119 and beyond. But as an early backer, you'll have the chance to lock in your current pricing for life. No matter how high rates climb, no matter how much demand grows, it pays for itself. As a bonus, some backers will even get a seat at the Renaissance Roundtable. This is an inner circle where you'll get exclusive updates, early access, and even a real voice in helping us shape what comes next. And that's all just a taste. We've got other rewards you'll see when we launch, but I just wanted to highlight some of my favorites. Okay, So before we wrap up here, I want to leave you with a clear picture of what we're aiming for and how you can be a part of it. Our base goal is $10,000. That's the absolute minimum we need to finish building the new platform and roll out version 1 to our current members here in LA. But we also have stretch goals, and that could completely change the game, especially for those of you outside LA. Now look, I'm realistic. While it's possible, we're not expecting to hit every stretch goal this time around. But the more you can spread the word, the more of these rewards you can claim, the faster this new and improved platform and the mobile app gets into your hands, into your city. We have so many exciting things coming, and we hope you'll be on the front lines with us when we launch, telling everyone you know and claiming those rewards before they're gone. So I'm going to leave you today with one last thought. The world didn't get less magical. We just stopped reaching for it. It's still out there waiting. We built Renaissance Club to make reaching for it effortless again. And now we're asking you, reach with us. Help us build the world we all deserve to live in. It starts April 29th, and it starts with you.